Okay. I just thought that I would talk about some of the experiences I had. Um, Something that happened to me quite a while ago when I started making certain discoveries that I couldn't see before, and I had uh, some demonic problems because of it. So anyway, on my other videos, I didn't really like the other videos I made. I think I needed to change the title. I didn't want to talk for too long. Just get straight into it, you know. So I'll just go straight into my weird world. Or 19, when I got to the building site, about the age of 20, I was heavy into occultic stuff, obsessed with the Book of Black Magic. I couldn't put it down. I was actually addicted to it. So anyway, one of the things I learned from this the book is that it teaches you that you need to use the facilities of church graveyards and churches. you you can maybe use the candles. You can maybe use their incense. It's like the materials are there for you to use as a black magician. You've got the dead bodies in the graveyards that because sometimes the ritual requires for you to dig up a dead body. I mean, it's crazy. So you can contact evil spirits. It's easier for demons to manifest for some reason. Sometimes that's what it's like. That's probably why they have blood sacrifices sometimes. But the graveyards and all of that, they're actually designed. It's almost like they're systematically placed like that for black magicians to use as a type of technology. I feel like how it's almost like these churches are not really designed for the worship of God necessarily, although they can be used to worship God, but their main purpose is for black magic. That's what I realized. Not at the time, but I've realized ever since. And we see, biblically, the dead was never meant to be near the church or the temple of God. The dead had to be far away from the church, from any holy ground, right? And if a priest was to touch a dead body, they were not allowed in the temple of God. But of course, you have the maybe popes touching dead corpses, and like as if they're getting a blessing. It's so deceptive. It's all about. I realize these traditional churches are mainly are about death and black magic. I realize and demonology. Just think of the riddled. They'll give an excuse for it. Like gargoyles on churches. Oh, it's to scare evil spirits away. No, no, it's because those churches are designed for black magicians. Black magicians speak with demons, don't they? That's where you eventually realize. It's demonology. So anyway, one of the things I learned when I learned a lot about the underground occult world, making these discoveries, I recently I had a demon come to me, um, like as if it was trying to persuade me to join back with them again, with those demons. That I didn't see that one before. The other demons I saw were mainly three women. One of the women had curly brown kind of hair. She only revealed herself to me in a dream until her face changed and terrified me, like a type of nightmare kind of thing. The other one was when I was lying in my bed, and I woke up, and because someone was sitting on top of me, and she pulled me right up against her face in the middle of the night, and the street lights from behind my window was kind of shining on her face, so I could see what she looked like. Oh, there was something strange about her face. She looked human, but she had like straggly black hair, and she was looking at me. She pulled me right up towards her. She was quite strong. She had it was quite sore when she picked me up. I was like, she pulled me right up to her face, and it was like that because of some YouTube video I made. It was mainly because of that, And I was going, get out in Jesus' name. I was, yeah, that was absolutely terrifying. Not something I expected to happen. When I think about it, but I'm telling you, there's something strange about her face. It was like it was something off. It was really long. It didn't look normal, like a human face. It kind of did, but it was really strange to look at. Anyway, I better keep an eye on the time. Anyway, the solid demon came to me, and I got the impression it was quite a strong, muscly one. It spoke with a type of persuasion, like a fascinating way of speaking. The voice sounded like a type of echoing, like a lightning and thunder, clapping kind of a noise to its voice. It sounded very fascinating. And it said to me lastly, I couldn't remember the rest of what it was speaking to me. It was hugging me from behind, as they usually do for some reason. And it was like whispering and speaking into my ears, because like as if. And it said to me, "We will now be working together." It said that to me, and then I was like, "Oh no, we're not. We're not working together." See, the impression I get was that it's like as if it wants me to work with them because I know too much, kind of thing. It doesn't want me. They don't want me talking about it in the church. They've already had another demon come to me, try to put me off from speaking in church about what I know, growling at me, trying to show me a vision of me in the church and everybody laughing at me and clapping in a strange way. So I've had demons come to me, try to put me off from doing any speaks. I had another situation. What happened was I was having a dream, and that I was in the church, and I started sinking in the ground for some reason. It was almost like the physics of the dream was going a bit funny, and it was to do with me at the church. The church was very dark. I think the demon was trying to give me a dream to put me off from talking in the church. This happened before I was ever talking in the church. When I woke up, I looked up. I could see two hands like this, So I thought, oh flip, there's a demon in here. So I was looking up the arms. So I thought, I'm going to see what this thing looks like. I was kind of curious. It terrified me. It was sitting on my windowsill. So I was following the arms, the biceps. I could see the muscly biceps. I looked back up like that, and then I saw like a humanoid face. The alarm clock, the light from the alarm clock, it was quite bright, so I could see a bit of its face, just a little bit, not very much. And he looked human. His face looked human-like a man. It was kind of medium, muscly built. And it had like these small horns, like a devil. It looked like a devil, basically, like some devil type being. It had small horns, and absolutely, I was like, ah! And my dad came running through, and then it was gone. It was absolutely horrifying. But anyway, again, it was trying to, those type of demons. I've never seen those types before. But it's because I'm onto something. I must be onto something, because those beings, they don't normally come into people's houses like that. I've never seen one of them. I've only seen demons that look like twisted, deformed creatures. A lot of them have been very small. Some of them look like animals. But I've never seen those types. I've heard about them down in hell. But I've never seen them before. Until that night. Absolutely horrifying. Very intimidating that was. Then, of course, another situation happened to me was when I figured out that the Big Bang Theory taught in evolution of science. I figured out that was to do with Hinduism. That it's to do with the Hindu cosmology. They've mixed Hinduism with the heliocentric model. Right? I realized that this is a con. They're actually conning everybody, slowly putting everybody into a type of occult type of system, the atheists as well, by the way. Adam Weishaupt talked about imposing the Luciferian doctrine onto mankind. Freemasonry is about the Big Bang Theory and evolution. It's deism. They believe that God created everything, but they believe that God does not intervene supernaturally with his creation, and that things that evolve, like monkeys, eventually turn into humans. See, just now the Freemasons are teaching the public from an atheistic perspective evolution and the Big Bang. But when you study evolution and Big Bang, it actually comes from the occult world, mainly Hinduism. When I figured out that that's what was going on, but I can easily show the connections between it. In Hinduism, they believe that that there was a Big Bang, like a Bindu dot expanding, and then the Earth is 4.32 billion years old. Well, in science, they're teaching the students, Hinduism basically, they're teaching the students that there was a small mass that expands, and that the Earth is 4.54 billion years old. See the connections there? I realized that they're actually playing around with the public's heads. So anyway, when I figured that out, the night that I figured that out, when I was doing my research, when I opened my eyes in my room, in my sleep paralysis type situation, I open my eyes in my room and I look at my wall, and a screen opens up on the wall like a window, like as if there was a portal in my room. And I saw an area down in hell, like a portal to hell, basically, it was like. And I saw these huge, I saw like a red sky, you know, and I saw these like huge demons. Their muscles were more, they looked kind of like brown in color, and slightly brown in color. They weren't like red or anything, but they looked kind of like brown type of skin. They were more bulky than defined muscles. Very big horns on them. Slightly gargoyle-ish like faces. Not really that much human. And I saw this woman. I could only see from the side of her. She was on like a throne, like this huge woman with big, huge horns. I couldn't really see her face because she was on the side view, and there was a lot of smoke everywhere. It was like I was looking in an area of hell, and she was screaming at me, and these demons came running out, jumping out at the portal and just started hitting me, you know. But anyway, I think that's all I've got time for. You know, so that was quite a strange one. That one was. Maybe I talked for too long. But anyway, that's all I've got time for anyway, and bye for now.